Also celebrate our favorite national pastime, and what better way to do that than watching two first-place teams go head-to-head. In Game 1 last night, Chris Sale and the Sox completely dismantled the American League West leading Rangers 19-2. The highlights, 4 home runs, including a first for this new Southsider, a standing ovation for this first-time All-Star, and a curtain call for this red-hot backstopper. What will Ventura's crew do for an encore in Game 2? Well, you can find out next. We are coming to you from the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, where tonight Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, Adam Dunn, A.J. Pierzynski and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Michael Young, Josh Hamilton, and the first place Texas Rangers. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Harrelson with Steve Stone as we get set to bring you Game 2 of this 3-game set and Game 2 of this 6-game homestand. We'll finish it off with 3 against the Blue Jays over the weekend. In the opener last night, Chris Sale was going to the mound. We expected a good performance out of him, and we got it. He picked up his 10th victory. We expected some offense last night. We got more than we expected. We won that ball game 19-2. So the Sox come in now 2 games in front of Cleveland, 4.5 in front of the Tigers. And this evening, Dylan Axelrod.
Last time out, Dylan Axelrod was absolutely brilliant against a very tough ball club, the New York Yankees in New York. Now, he's 0-1 this year with an ERA of 4.5. But against the Yankees, he went 7 innings. He gave up 6 hits and 2 earned runs. He was brilliant that day because he commanded the strike zone, both sides, up and down, moved the ball in and out, and probably was as good as we've seen him since coming to the major leagues. Hopefully that Dylan Axelrod shows up tonight because his Texas team is #1 in offense in the American League. Scott Feldman goes to the mound for the Rangers. He's 2-6. Hit a 6-game losing streak. He's won his last 2. But in his last game, he gave up 3 home runs, which ties a career high. So it was a typical Rangers starting pitcher win. He gave up 5 runs. He pitched 5 innings. He gave up 3 home runs, and yet he won the ball game. Hopefully that won't be the case tonight. It's going to be a lively ballpark because it is red hot tonight.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all, Ford. Drive one. The new wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit att.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. BMO Harris Bank. Helping money make sense. BMO Harris Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. And by Toyota, with great specials on fuel-efficient vehicles. Right now, you can get a lot for less at your local Toyota dealer.
At game time, just a red hot day, and don't have to tell you how lively the ballpark was last night with a 19-2 score, but it's going to be just as lively tonight. Before the game, Armando Ramirez, the father of Alexi, and looking just like him, here for the series, seeing his son play live for the second consecutive day. Throws a pretty good ceremonial first pitch. You can see where Alexi gets his arm. Just being together has to be quite a thrill. Having his dad watch him play for just a second time as a professional is just a wonderful experience. Last night, preceding the fireworks today, this is what happened. The 19 runs, a season high. Most scored in a game since 2006 back in June against St. Louis. 21 hits. Well, we just did that against Minnesota, that on June 27th, and the 9 runs in the 5th, the most in an inning since back in September of 07 against Kansas City when we scored 11 in the 5th inning. So it was an offensive night. Unfortunately, Chris Sale had just outstanding stuff, so he stymied a wonderful Texas offense. Now it's time for the Miller time starting lineup for the Texas Rangers. Let's see how Ron Washington is going to line them up. Ian Kinsler leading off, and it's Andrews, Hamilton, Beltre, Michael Young in the middle with Cruz, Murphy, Napoli, and Martin playing center field and hitting ninth. The defense, and how they're going to line up behind Dylan Axelrod. Viciedo, Diaz, and Rios in the outfield. Euclid, who had a big night last night with Ramirez, Beckham, and Konerko at first. A.J. Przinsky, who also had a big night behind the plate. And Dylan Axelrod coming off perhaps his best start as a major leaguer, going to the mound at 0-1, the ERA 4.5. 6 walks, 13 strikeouts in 20 innings. Went 7 innings against the Yankees, giving up 6 hits and just 2 earned runs. He threw a lot of strike one that day, and that's one of the reasons he was able to stymie that particular offensive lineup, which is also awfully tough. The umpires for the game tonight: Bill Miller, the crew chief behind the plate. Vic Carapazza at first, Dan Iasoni at second, and C.B. Buckner is at third. So they've thrown the ball around the infield. We're ready to play baseball, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. So happy you could join us for Game 2 of this 3-game set. Second baseman Ian Kinsler gets ready to lead it off. He comes in hitting at 276, 9 homers. He's driven in 40.
A notorious first ball fastball hitter, so that's something you always have to bear in mind with Kinsler.
He was 1 for 3 last night. So our 26-year-old right-hander Dylan Axelrod is ready with the first pitch of the ball game. And it's taken low and away. Rangers come in hitting at 284 as a club with a 3.80 ERA. Texas 23-16 on the road, 27-15 at home. That ball hit hard but foul, and the count 1-1. None of these Rangers have ever faced Dylan Axelrod in a championship game. Some have faced him in spring training. There's a strike, and the count 1-2. And here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center. That's into left field, and we got a man there. 1 out.
Tough play for Viciedo, as the sun is shining right in his eyes. That a low line drive and a screamer right at him, but he was able to stay with it and make the play.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Elvis Andrus, hitting at 306, a homer. He's driven in 34. Takes first pitch strike. This is the 5th meeting of the year between these two clubs. In the first 4, we have split them. 3 hopper and the gun. So 2 down. And before we go any further, I want to sound a big White Sox Shout out to Amanda Schnebelin, who works for our White Sox, on a terrific job once again of our national anthem. Here's Hamilton. Hamilton hitting at .316, 25 homers, 73 driven in. And there's a line drive, and that's a base hit into center field.
Hamilton's got one of the livelier bats around, and you can't afford to miss in the zone with him. Our Menards pitch tracks will show you that you fall behind, you get too much of the plate, and a hitter the quality of Josh Hamilton just is not going to miss that one too often.
And he is a big man. He doesn't look it so much in that uniform. He's 6'4", 240 pounds.
Swiped 6 bases in 9 attempts, so he's big, he's fast, and there's not much on this field he can't do.
That'll bring up Adrian Beltre, the third baseman. The cleanup hitter takes first pitch strike. Beltre hitting at .323, 14 homers and 52 driven in. Fouls that one back, and the count 0-2. We got a final now from Cleveland. The Indians just put it on the Angels, 12-3. Derek Lowe the winner, Santana. Irving Santana the loser. Derek is 8-6, Santana's 4-9. So as we speak, we have a 1.5 lead over the Tribe. Chopper, and that's going to be a base hit. Just a seeing eye single. Softly hit, but it works.
Well, the defense was playing him as a pull hitter. And even though this ball is off the plate, you see there's nobody home on the right side. So he finds a hole for it. Hamilton coasts into third. Now you're facing one of their more dangerous hitters, although he's not off to a great start this year.
Michael Young was 0 for 4 last evening. Comes in hitting at .266, 3 homers. He's driven in 31. Last year he had .338, 11 homers, and knocked in 106. Checks it up. Breaking ball, no. Later on at Comerica Park, Tigers will be hosting Minnesota. That'll be Dunsing against Verlander.
That game delayed by rain at this point.
And that's trouble. That's going to score a pair. So that little seeing eye single by Beltre sets it up, and Young delivers.
Problem is, when Dillon missed with the first pitch, you got one of the league's better clutch hitters looking for a ball in the zone, and he got it right there. Menards pitch tracks, take a look at this location. It's down, it's right in the middle of the plate, and Michael Young drives in runs 32 and 33. So the Rangers, unlike last night, completely stymied by Chris Sale. They get on the board early tonight.
All this with 2 out, nobody on. Hard single by Hamilton, the really soft ground ball single by Beltre, and then the double by Young. So here's Nelson Cruz. And the Sox today made a roster move, putting Jesse Crain on the 15-day disabled list. Duante Heath was called up from Charlotte. So as we speak now, our Sox have 10 rookies on this 25-man roster, including 8 of the 12 pitchers.
But it does add one more pretty good arm to the bullpen, which is something that they've been looking for. And boy, it is a young bullpen. That
strike, and the count 2-1.
There's Deontay Heath. Get a pretty good run at it in AAA. Unfortunately, for the second time, Jesse Crane is hurt, and hopefully when he comes back this time, he'll be 100%.
2-2 the count. No, Heath's 26 years old, 6'4", 215 pounds, out of Decatur, Georgia. Eight of the 12 pitchers are rookies. That's amazing.
It's been amazing all year to see this team not only stay afloat but thrive with as much youth as we have in key situations where, I mean, guys you're counting on. A lot of times you have youngsters at the tail end of the bullpen, but we got a rookie closer, a rookie setup men. I mean, you got Matt Thornton out there. He's the only guy with a great deal of experience now. It's really quite amazing.
That's why Juan Nieves has been one of the unsung heroes on this ball club this year, getting those kids ready to come in mentally. And there's a base hit. They got a shot at him with a good throw. No, he took it over, but they're going to almost get him at first. And it's a 3-0.
Alex didn't deliver the ball right away, and I believe you're right. It's RBI number 50, but he might have had a shot at him had he come up cleanly and thrown home. They tried to go behind him with Dylan Axelrod at first base. But right here you see him bobble the ball, and that little bobble is what made Paulie go behind him and think they had a shot at him.
So 4 consecutive hits after he got the first 2. And here is Murphy. David hitting at .299, homers, 32 knocked in. Short lead by Cruz. And there's the strike. And the count 1-2. Dillon, who did such a good job his last time out in Yankee Stadium, going 7 innings, giving up just 2 runs, but he's now facing a much better offensive team than that Yankee team. Breaking ball is down.
Difference is with the Yankees, he faced mostly a left-hand hitting lineup. Tonight he's facing mostly a right-hand hitting lineup. And so that backdoor breaking ball that he used so very well against the left-handers in New York doesn't work quite as well against the righties.
Full count.
Talked about the game time temp. It's hanging right there at 97. It was a touch over 100 today in most of the places in the metropolitan Chicago area.
And that will do it. But they come up 2 out, nobody on, 4 consecutive hits. They score 3 times, and after a half inning of play, it's Texas 3, and our guys coming to bat.
Diaz, Youkilis, and Dunn, followed by Konerko, Rios, and Pierzynski, with Viciedo, Ramirez, and Beckham rounding it out. The defense. Hamilton, Martin, and Murphy, with Beltre, Andrews, Kinsler, and Young, with Napoli behind the plate. And our Lexus Pursuing Perfection starting pitcher is Scott Feldman. 2-6 this year with a high ERA. Lifetime in this ballpark, he hasn't had a whole lot of luck.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours as the first pitch to Diaz. And once again, a very happy 4th of July to each and all out there. Make it a safe and a loving and a reflective one. Alejandro hitting at .295, 5 homers. He's driven in 32. And the count 2-0. Feldman, 29 years old, 6'7", 230 pounds, out of Peoria, Arizona. Two and one the count.
Independence Day brings out some unusual characters, and there is one of them. Of course, there's another one.
Two and two the count. This is Feldman's 10th start in his 15th appearance. Steve told you he lost his first 6, won his last 2.
He's got an overhand curveball. He really lives and dies on the sinker.
Softly hit. Kinsler, 1 out. So here's Youkilis. Here's what he did in the first inning of last night's game, if you missed it, with Diaz aboard.
Roy Oswald on the hill, and before the fans could settle into their seats, the Rangers were down 2-0. First home game played by Kevin Youkilis in the white pinstripes, and a 2-run homer.
Takes that fastball at 92. Uke has faced Feldman 5 times and he's drawn the collar.
Not bad since coming to the Sox. Feldman fell in love with after he came back from his knee problem. He started to fall in love with the cutter, and that took some velocity away from his sinker, and then he had some problems. There's the career totals: 4 under 500 with an ERA up close to 5.
Good eye, full count. And a payoff. Ball hit hard right to Kinsler. Takes that bad hop. Meanwhile, he corrals it. And right now with 2 out, let's check out our Farmers Insurance picks to click this evening. To manage our director and the crew, they went with Youkilis. Steve's going with Piazza and Terry Hanley, our good buddy, along with Roger Clare, Mike Williams, Eric, all the great folks out at Bolingbrook, and also the great folks at Hawthorne Woods. Terry Hanley and I are going to go with A.J. Pierzynski. So here is Adam. Here's what he did last night after that 2-run homer by Youkilis.
He came back and tied Josh Hamilton with number 25. And another run batted in, running his season total to 60.
Well, the Sox scored 4 in the first, 3 in the second. Had a 7-0 lead off Roy Oswald last night.
Also had a 16-0 lead after 5.
Yeah, that was Don't have many of those.
No.
Two out, 2-1 to count. That's flipped out into left field. Hamilton comes on, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning, and after one, it is 3-0 Rangers.
Old one to look forward to Miller time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Top of the second inning, 3-0 bad guys. It'll be Napoli, Martin, and Kinsler. Mike Napoli, 1 for 4 last night, comes in hitting at .235, 12 homers and 30 knocked in. A big White Sox shout out. A huge Sox fan. Cindy Weil. Lifelong Sox fan. Hope you're feeling better, Cindy. As there's a swing and a miss, and the count 1-2. Euclid. And that is 1 out. And if you've seen the White Sox Dynamic Ticket Deal of the Week, we'll enjoy a variety of price options for specific games and seating locations. Now, the best tickets in the best locations directly from our White Sox. So buy early and save. Buy early and save with the White Sox dynamically priced tickets. Visit whitesox.com/pricing.
Those two folks look exactly like Frank D'Amato's parents. It's amazing. I mean, they could be twins.
Leonis Martin, center fielder. Outfield about equidistant, slightly to the left. As the count moves to 3-0.
Falling behind is not something that Dylan can afford to do. Most pitchers can't. Some pitchers occasionally can pitch from behind. Dylan really doesn't do well when he does that. Our team did get in the ball game last night. Grounded a shortstop in the 8th inning.
Two down. So here's Kinsler. He lined out hard to tank in left field. Takes the strike.
Kinsler out of Tucson, Arizona. Played a lot of baseball with our former #1 draft pick, Brian Anderson. Brian is still trying to make it back to the major leagues as a pitcher. And hopefully he'll be able to do that. Not an easy route once you've played the field for so long.
That's trouble. So a little duck snort.
Kinsler takes it the opposite way. This is a breaking ball down. It's actually a very good pitch. But sometimes good pitches get hit, and now you have to worry about Kinsler stealing bases, because along with Andrews, they're most of the running game of this Ranger team.
Kinsler's 15 for 20. Andrews is 16 for 22. Lays off that one. And just bounced out to his counterpart, Alexei.
He has a very deep in center field for Andrews, who doesn't normally have big power.
1-1 to count. Diaz has been playing a deep center field. Especially in this ballpark, you've seen him go out of here at a pretty fast rate.
Last night they were absolutely exploding off the bats.
Two out, 1-2 the count to the 23-year-old shortstop.
You see how adventuresome Ron Washington wants to get, because sometimes rather than let Andrews make the last out, you don't want to lead off with Hamilton. He'll run with Kinsler here.
The designer counts a run. That's just foul. Andrews thought it was fair. C.B. Buckner was right on the play.
CB's on the line. He's got a real good look at it, and it is clearly foul.
Might be going here. Nope. Kinsler getting one of those momentum leads.
Dillon trying to do what he can to combat one of their best base runners because he's taken different amounts of time. The pitch before this last one was almost a quick pitch. This last one, he settled, held it for a bit, and then came home with it. He's trying to make sure that Kinsler doesn't time it.
Kinsler keeping those feet moving.
That time it looked like he was going. And Dillon just missed him at first base. Got back just under the tag.
He gone. And that'll do it. It is 3-0 Texas.
For coming out. As you can see, we really think that Jake deserves to go to the All-Star game. So let's take care of some unfinished business. Get your phones, your laptops, iPads, whatever. Get to voting. Let's get our guy in there. He deserves it more than anybody else. So voting ends tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So let's get it done.
And first pitch to Canerco, hit on one hop down to Beltre. So one pitch, one out here in the bottom of the second inning. 3-0 Texas on top.
Chris Sale looking pretty comfortable with the microphone. And doing a nice job and great sentiments, knowing he's going to be going to that All-Star game and also knowing that Jake deserves to go to that game. So do whatever you can do. Let's see if we can get him there. You have until tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Alex Rios takes up high. Rios at 314, 11 homers and 45 knocked in. Count evens at 1.
For Feldman, if he's throwing ground balls, he will be effective. And 3 out of the 4 he's retired have been on the ground.
Two balls and a strike.
8-game hitting streak. Alex is doing everything right.
9-game. Slices it down into the corner. Murphy's going to get to it. Now Alex will pull up at second with the 1-out double. $16, 2 baggers.
And it was when he started to hit the ball to right center field when the whole world reopened for him.
Well, they didn't change anything mechanically. What they did is they changed the thought process, he and Jeff Manto, on his approach. The approach will handle your mechanics for you. It's that old saying, let your thoughts dictate your mechanics, not your mechanics dictate your thoughts. Because if your mechanics dictate your thoughts, you got a big problem. So here's AJ. AJ had a big evening last night. He comes in at .291, 15 homers and 48 driven in. He missed what happened last night. 2 on. Got a good pitch to hit and just underneath it.
That was in the 3rd inning that Tateyama threw. He gave up 5 runs on 5 hits.
And that hit him.
See where Napoli's setting up. He wants the ball inside. That ball gets the padding, hopefully the padding, and not above it.
Well, he wasn't trying to hit him.
Nope. Not bring the tying run to the plate.
And here's Tank. Takes that pitch inside. Viciedo hitting at .256, 14 homers, 37 knocked in. He was 2 for 4 last night. Sox with 19 runs on 21 hits last evening.
For Feldman, that's just the first man he's hit all year. That in 50 innings.
Tank's got the catbird seat.
Well, now Feldman's starting to get the ball up. And that for him is really the danger zone. Given up 8 home runs in 47 innings coming into this, and now they have a meeting at the mound with both Andrus and Kinsler. And as a reliever, he's been very good. As a starter, not so good.
Two on, 1 out, and the 2-0 pitch. And there's a base hit. So here comes Alex. He's going to score. AJ will pull up at second, and it's a 3-1 ball game. Attaboy, Tank.
When a sinker bowler gets the ball up, instead of ground balls, he gives up fly balls and line drives. 2 line drives this inning. Tank loves the ball down. That one didn't have a whole lot of sink to it, but it was RBI number 38.
That'll bring up Alexei. If you're just tuning in, his dad was one of the first pitch givers to the plate. He threw a very nice ball to Johnny Danks, or to his son, I should say, Alexei. Last night was the first time his dad has seen him play in the major leagues. Just got here from Cuba. Takes a strike, and if you missed it, poof. Fouls that over. On deck circle, Gordon Beckham makes a play and makes himself a new friend. Meanwhile, the count 0-2 to Ramirez.
In the first game, his dad saw him play. He went 3 for 5 with a couple of runs driven in. And Alexei has started to heat it up as the weather has heated up.
Plays off that breaking ball. Marlins have just defeated Milwaukee 7-6 in 10 innings. They're still delayed in Detroit as the Tigers are hosting the Twins. Just got a piece of that breaking pitch.
We talked about Alexei being hot over his last 16 games, hitting .407. He's driven in 12. He scored 10. Not to mention the multi-hit games and the extra base hits. Things have been moving along nicely for a Silver Slugger shortstop.
That fastball at 93 taken inside. Big gap out there in left center. A little tardy. Big right-hander looks in at Napoli. He accepts the sign. And there's a base hit. A.J. now's going to be waved around. Murphy's got a good arm. And the ball comes out. He's safe. Runners advance. It's a 3-2 ball game. Yes.
I mean, number 40 for Ramirez. And Napoli tried to brace himself up the line. He had the ball. The ball beat A.J., but he hadn't secured it enough. And A.J. just ran him over. Knocked the ball loose. Right there up the line on the short hop. Good collision at the plate. And the ball comes free. As A.J. lands on the plate, Napoli really never had control. So A.J. knows it's going to be close. Lines him up in his sights and smokes him. And Mr. Ramirez, very hungry man.
So here's Beckham. Don't stop now, boys. Gordon at 239, 9 homers and 34 knocked in. Ducks on the pond, just one out, and there's a shot down into the right field corner. That's going to score the pair. Sully's happy as he is now pulled up at second, and the Sox take a 4-3 lead. Yes.
RBIs 35 and 36 for Gordon. And for Feldman, those sinkers right down the middle, waist high, aren't going to get it. They're good for our hitters. And he surrendered the lead and given up a 4 spot already here in the second. There's only one out.
Gordon now with 13 two-baggers. And here's Diaza. He grounded out hard to Kinsler. Breaking ball. 0-1 the count. Count evens. And a reminder, you can watch the game in luxury from behind home plate in the Gold Coast Tickets Club here at US Cellular Field. Gold Coast Tickets, you got a guy. One out and a 1-1. And that's going to be unplayable. Two and two.
Trying to run that ball inside. In fact, most of this inning, Feldman has tried to go inside. He's just missed with them and then left the ball out over the plate, and he's gotten hurt with it. Menard pitch tracks will show you that one misses by plenty inside.
Pull the string on him. And that is out number 2. So here's Euclid. You've got it out to Kinsler. Lays off that breaking ball.
One of the reasons why Boston felt they could trade Kevin Euclid was Will Middlebrooks and how well the youngster was doing. Well, he's hurt his hamstring. There's a very good chance that Middlebrooks will wind up on the disabled list, in which case, well, they might be able to use a guy like Euclid. Unfortunately for them, we're probably not giving him back anytime soon.
I wouldn't think so. Takes it right there, and the count 1-1. Pick him up, Uke. Now long set by Feldman. Could not pull the trigger on that one. So 1-2. Ball hit hard, just foul. Just foul.
Beltre was certainly close enough to the line, and he's just a wonderful third baseman. He's got probably the strongest arm throwing from down under than any third baseman has had for many, many a year.
Got him. But a big cookie number goes up on that board. We'll do the third, leading 4-3. Now, the good guy's bad boy talks about earning respect in the league and making a name for himself in Chicago. Plus his view of a perfect game from behind the plate. All that and more on Inside Look A.J. Pierzynski Saturday at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet. Texas 3 in the first. Sox 4 in the second. And here in the third, Hamilton will lead it off. Can't get it. Back in the first inning with 2 out, nobody on, he singled, and that started off of that 3-run rally.
And ideally, after your team has come back and given you the lead, you'd like to shut down inning. And he's thrown a good breaking ball and a straight change. You got him 0-2.
Well, when you're facing a team like Texas, as you know, being a pitcher, that's way back. And this game is tied at 4.
Well, that's the second 0-2 pitch that Axelrod has got hurt on. In an 0-2, you're supposed to bury the ball in the dirt, do something. I mean, keep it as far out of the zone as possible. He wasn't able to do it, so Hamilton has moved ahead of Dunn with his 26th. Ford home run replay. That ball just way too close to a prolific home run hitter on 0-2.
If you're going to throw something off speed, it should be on your breaking ball. This guy is on things that are pretty straight. He's kind of made a pretty good living, whether it be a fastball or a changeup. Just getting ready to say before you hit the home run, if you're going to face this club right here, you got to change on your breaking stuff. Anything that's curving, you've got to pull the string on. Give them some different looks.
And we saw last night with Chris Sale early. You got to go inside, push him back off the plate so it protects your outside pitches. Chris Sale did that to Elvis Andrus early in the game. He fired a fastball up around chest high, pushed him well back off the plate, eventually striking him out on a changeup away. But he served notice that he was going to go in there and go in there deep. Hamilton now has driven in 74 runs. This for us is exactly the halfway point, game number 81.
There he had him way out in front. But Paulie puts it on him. 1 out.
Nice plan to throw up the line as Paulie came off. This is the only time you think about sliding, and that was a bad hop. Youkilis throws it up the line. Paulie comes off, able to put the tag on him before he gets to the bag. Nice play by Paulie.
Here's Michael Young. Takes first pitch strike. He had that 2-run double back in the first inning. So Hamilton now just 1 behind Jose Bautista of Toronto in home runs. And the count 0-2.
And we're going to see Jose next. After the day game tomorrow, Toronto comes to town for 3. They've got some guys who can swing the bat.
Adam Lynn back in that Toronto lineup.
I think sending him down to the minor leagues might have been the best thing that happened to him, but I know it really surprised him.
So Young is 2 for 2.
If you have an idea how you get 200 hits year after year, and Michael Young does that, take a look at his approach on that pitch. Wasn't anything he could do with that except take it exactly where he took it. He's down in the count. It's a defensive swing. He gets one out away and puts it in the perfect spot.
That'll bring up Nelson Cruz for an RBI single, base hit. In the hole between first and second. And that's going to stay in here, Paulie. 2 down. As we speak, Toronto leading Kansas City 3-0. That game in the 3rd inning. Up at the Rogers Center. So here's Murphy. He grounded out to Beckham. One and one the count to the 30-year-old outfielder. Murphy last year hit .275, 11 homers, and drove in 46 for the Rangers. One and two.
This year the power numbers have been up a touch. Ron Washington told me he's getting him a little more rest than he did last year, and he feels it's really benefited him, especially in that heat of Texas.
Two out, 1 and 2 the count. Josh Hamilton's 26th homer has tied this game at 4.
Nice stop by A.J. Made sure that Young stayed at first. So there's 10 All-Stars at the ballpark as we speak. And most likely there's going to be 11 combined between these two teams, because it's either going to be Jake Peavy or Hugh Darvish. We're hoping it's Jake. That'll give us 4, and them 7. They're hoping it's Darvish, which will give them 8. And leading the American League in quality starts, Jake Peavy.
Nice pitch. Right to the bag, steps on it. But the homer. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd, tied at 4.
Played all 9 positions in a game versus the White Sox in the year 2000. Think about that one. We'll get back to you a little later in the game with the answer.
Adam Dunn, Paul Konerko, Alex Rios to face the big 6'7" right-hander Scott Feldman as there's a curveball strike. Backdoored him. Adam popped up to left field. 4-7-0 for their guys. 4-4-0 for our guys. And the count 0-2. It's not a big White Sox. Happy birthday to a lifelong White Sox fan and season ticket holder, Gary Colmany of Peru. He's celebrating his 60th birthday today. So happy birthday, Gary. High into right field. Martin over in right center to make the catch.
A couple of real good first half stories continued today as Washington won their ball game, 3rd in a row. They beat San Francisco. They're now 47-32, leading New York by 4.5 games. Absolutely unbelievable. And the Pittsburgh Pirates have taken over first place in the National League Central. First time this late in the season they've been able to say that in a long, long time.
Paulie takes strike 1. He hit the first pitch he saw, leading off the second. Down to Beltre. One and one to count.
Well, he's had a good run against Scott Feldman. Well, ready to deliver pitch number 51. With 1 out here in the 3rd, that's a pretty high total.
3-1. Outfield straight up, about equidistant, and the 3-1 delivery.
Well, he's starting to feel a little better, swinging the bat very well lately. Of course, his whole offense has been swinging the bat very well.
And the payoff. So the 1 out walk. First walk issued by Feldman, and that'll bring up Alex Rios, who doubled to start off that 4-run second for us.
Martin well around in right center and very deep for Rios. Hamilton well off the line. He's trying to take away the alley in left center. See how much room there is down the line.
Checks it up and takes ball 1. Made a good pitch. Count evens.
Michael Young is playing way off the bag, not keeping Paulie anywhere close at first base.
Backhanded, and they'll turn it. That'll retire the side. They've completed 3 and we're tied at 4.
Los Locos Tacos from Taco Bell.
4-7-0 for their guys. 4-4-0 for our guys. Here in the top of the fourth, it'll be Napoli, Martin, then back to the top of the order with Kinsler. Napoli grounded out to Youkilis. Takes ball one.
Napoli has become a dead fastball hitter. He would prefer it middle in, but he'll take it away as long as it's a fastball.
Have a breakout season for him last year. 320, 30 homers, 75 knocked in.
And the Angels decided to move him. I think they sent him to Toronto. Little did they know he'd wind up in the same division. It's exactly what happened. Toronto sent him down to Texas. And there was a lot of production from a spot that they desperately needed the production.
3-1 to count.
Dillon threw a pretty good cutter in a fastball count at 3-1. And Napoli fouled it straight back.
Just got a piece of that one. And fans, if you want to be here in person next time our Sox take the field, just head to StubHub, where it's easy to find great White Sox seats. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Chicago White Sox. So the dreaded leadoff walk. First walk issued by Axelrod. And that'll bring up to center fielder Leonis Martin, who grounded out to second. Martin just 24 years old.
One of the reasons I like him so much is this is just the 10th game he's been in. He's only been to bat 27 times, and he's driven in 5 runs. It's pretty decent production.
Takes the bunt, takes a strike. Well, he's only had last year, his first year of professional ball. Pretty good rip at that, fouls it. And it's not going to be playable. He's out of Villa Clara, Cuba. One hopper. Strong arm of Beckham. Yes! Rack him up.
That one had to be turned perfectly because there was no margin for error. Martin can really run. One hopper right at Uke. Makes a good solid throw, and Gordon getting enough on the throw to get him by about a quarter of a step at first base. Fortunately, Napoli could not get down the line in time to disrupt the timing of that.
Well, you know he would have loved to have been there. After AJ hit him at home plate.
Just didn't have the wheels.
That strike. And the count 0-2. Outfield straight up. Spread out about equidistant. You're just turning in. Rangers 3 in the first. We had 4 in the second. They added 1 in the third. hard but foul. Taking some other scores for you. Baltimore beats Seattle. Out in Seattle 4-2. Oakland at home against the Red Sox. Oakland wins it 3-2. Yankees down in St. Pete got some help from a lot of base on balls, and they came back to win that game 4-3. They were trailing 3-1 eighth inning.
Broke a 9-game losing streak to Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay.
Phillies beat the Mets 9-2 in New York. And the 2-2 pitch. Foul ball.
See it there, and it's not where it bounces, it's where it crosses the bag. And it crossed in foul territory.
Once again, the 2-2. Also, Cleveland thumped the Angels 12-3 at Progressive Field. Low over Santana.
It was a game the Indians jumped right on top of them, 9-1 after 2 innings. Never looked back.
And that's going foul. And Saturday, well, that's a big day here at USA Field. See our Sox take on Toronto and enjoy the Orgullo Sox Festival presented by Xfinity and Sierra Mist Natural. Also, the first 20,000 fans will get an Alexi Ramirez bobblehead. That's this Saturday. And there's the second walk of the inning.
And Don Cooper, with the pitch count at 84, calling to the bullpen. Now, they did not run with Kinsler last time. In a similar situation, 2 outs. He was on first. Didn't run, and Andrus took a called third. So Don Cooper, who made the call to the bullpen, now goes out to waste some time. Looks like Septimo throwing in the pen.
Also, if you're just joining us, White Sox put Jesse Crane on the 15-day DL. We call pitcher Dante Heath from Charlotte, 26-year-old right-hander. He was 4-2 with a 1.70 ERA. Only a few times I saw Heath in spring training this year. He was a little bit wild, but evidently he's got that under control now.
Well, he's going to join a whole kiddie core of a bullpen with Matt Thornton and Juan Nieves down there to help him out.
You know, back before your time, Baltimore had what they call a kiddie core, and they were pretty good.
They were good. There's a look at Juan, author of the only no-hitter in Brewer history.
And one of the unsung heroes on this ball club. All those rookies down there, getting them ready mentally to come in and face your Josh Hamiltons and your Robinson Canoes as there's the strike. That's not anything physical. That's all mental.
Well, if Axelrod does not get by Andrus, he probably won't be around to face Hamilton. Try to get a good secondary lead, and AJ thinking about getting out of the inning without throwing a pitch. Doesn't get him at first.
Two and one to count to Elvis Andrus. Kinsler 15 for 20 in stolen bases. Kinsler keeping those feet going. There he goes. He gone. Beautiful peg by AJ. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth, tied at 4.
Played all 9 positions in a game versus the White Sox in the year 2000, and the answer, Scott Sheldon. Unforgettable Ranger. Back on September 6th, the year 2000.
And the first pitch to AJ. AJ was hit by a pitch back in the second inning and came around to score. Foul ball, and if you missed him scoring, here's how he did it.
Pretty decent throw, but Napoli could never secure the baseball. As you see, he doesn't have it. However, if you're blocking that plate, you don't have the ball, most likely you're going to take a big hit.
So AJ goes down. Third strikeout for Feldman. And here's Viciedo. He's 1 for 1, had an RBI single and a run scored. And old friend Carlos Lee is now a member of the Miami Marlins.
He turned down a deal to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Apparently, Miami was more to his liking.
Curveball strike.
Well, you can't call him a front runner. Miami's 9 games back.
That's popped up over by their dugout. So Michael Young makes the catch for out number 2. Well, Giancarlo Stanton might be out for a while. So here's Alexei. 1 for 1, an RBI single, and a run scored. This is going to be a very quick, soft 1, 2, 3 inning for Scott Feldman, and we'll go to the 5th. Certainly is deserving. As there's first pitch strike to Elvis Andrus, who was at the plate when A.J. gunned down Ian Kinsler.
And Septimo is still throwing in the bullpen. So you wonder how long you'll go with Dillon.
Bare hand. Beautiful play by you. Mercy. Shades of Robin Ventura.
When that ball was hit, you know it's a do-or-die play. And Andrus did not get out of the box quite as quickly as he would have liked. He gets cut down by a half step at first. Tremendous play by Euclid. Just a huge effort. Gets it there an eyelash ahead of time.
So here's Hamilton, a hard single to center and a run scored in the first inning. Then he homered leading off the third. On a 0-2 pitch. Boy, those strong hands and wrists of Josh Hamilton, they're amazing.
And there are his rankings in the American League. He's just having a remarkable year, this final year of his contract. And the question for Nolan Ryan and the Rangers, that's exactly what they're going to do with Hamilton, who's led their ball club in a lot of offensive numbers.
Well, they're averaging 43,447.
They got the cash. That's not the issue.
Nope.
The issue is how long for how much.
Plus, we understand they have a big TV deal coming up.
They're going to be in pretty good shape, and they've got a loaded minor leagues.
He gone. 2 down. Aced him on the outside corner.
Axelrod having a good bounce back inning after a couple of walks in the 4th. Right there, our BMO Harris Bank pitch tracks will show you that it was certainly close enough, and Bill Miller rings him up, and that is a big out number 2 ahead of Beltre.
Who is 1 for 2. Had one of the softest little ground ball singles between first and second you ever want to see. Meanwhile, it kept the inning going, and they went on to score 4. Well, check that, 3 in the first inning. We scored 4. And that's a fair ball. Look at this play by you. Pickett, Paulie. Yes! Beautiful play on both ends. Mercy. We're halfway home, tied at 4.
As we head into the bottom of the 5th with Gordon Beckham leading it off. 1 for 1 with a 2-run double back in the 2nd.
That was a big double down into the right field corner. Gordon now with 36 ribbies, 13 doubles to go along with those 9 homers. Breaking ball strike.
Feldman had a very good first, a rocky second, but a pretty good 3rd and 4th. Took the mask right off Napoli. Now when Feldman goes inside, he's actually getting it there, which makes him a lot tougher to hit. Still red hot at the ballpark, 97 degrees at game time. It's 92 as we speak with high humidity.
And that's up high. Now Montero in Seattle had to leave the game after a foul tip right between the eyes.
Well, we've seen a couple of catchers go on the disabled list with that 7-day concussion syndrome that they're now allowing catchers to do, which is a pretty good plan. If they look in your eyes and see anything, they'll put you on the shelf for a week.
There's a little shank in the right field. Murphy is there.
Here's a Home Depot doing more on defense, and it's the Uke show tonight. Kevin Youkilis with a very neat 5-4-3, just barely getting him, and this play was outstanding. Elvis Andrus very quick down the line. Uke gets him by a step. Then he goes to the line, and a one-hopper that ends the inning. Been a defensive show at third base tonight for Kevin Youkilis.
Here's Alejandro. He's had a few good pitches to hit tonight and just fouled them away. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded to second and then struck out. Got him on a changeup. 1-1 to count. Beltre in on the grass at third. Had him way out in front again. Finale of the series tomorrow afternoon. Jose Quintana against Matt Harrison. So make your plans to be with us. That's a 1:10 start.
Harrison 11-3 with an ERA in the low threes.
Gensler, 2 down. And the stars align for the 2012 Major League Baseball All-Star Game as the best of our league takes on the best from their league. So don't miss the action on Tuesday, July 10th. Uke is grounded to second, and he has struck out. Curveball, no. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for them. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for us.
Kinsler playing him a touch up the middle, but not near as much as Cano played him in New York. Cano played him almost in back to second base.
And twice it turned out to be perfect.
Yeah, we got the defensive charts, the spray charts as they call them. They line up the fielders, and then it's up to the pitcher to execute. Because a well-placed defense isn't any good if a pitcher's thrown away from the defense.
Two and 1 to count. And that ball lined into left field. That's going to be a base hit. So Hamilton will get to it on the first hop, get it back in. And that's his first hit in 8 at-bats lifetime against Scott Feldman.
Feldman tried to go up and in, but Youkilis didn't allow him to get there. It's actually a pretty good pitch. Just barely had the corner, and Uke able to go upstairs, bring the hands in, and just steer it into left field.
First pitch strike to Adam. It was popped up to left, and then he just missed one. Leading off the third, high towering pop-up into right center field.
There's the rankings in the American League. Home runs third, RBIs fourth, walks and strikeouts, leading the parade in both.
And the count 0-2. Couple of big men going at one another right here. That evens the count. 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Euclid at first. Kensler back out there in short right field. And Andrus has got him, and that'll retire the side. We have completed 5, and we're still tied at 4.
Pound 2-foot-long hot dog. Before the game, contestants participated in an eating contest so you could eat the giant slugger topped with nacho cheese chili, grilled onions, and jalapenos. First, the winner, Kevin Dirks from Tinley Park, in just over 8 minutes and 40 seconds, besting the previous time of 19 minutes. Boy, that's pretty slow. He won 4 sweet tickets, a jersey, and an autographed baseball, as well as a prodigious case of heartburn.
Well, if he beat Ron Kittle, that guy can eat. And that was Kittle you saw. The first shot. Big man from Gary. One and one to count here in the top of the 6th inning in a 4-4 tie. Michael Young with a 2-run double and a run scored in the first and a single in the third.
Bullpen is going. Because Dillon's up over the century mark. And there you see Nate Jones. You see Septimo's been up a couple of times as Dillon was in some trouble, but pitched his way out of it. And he's battled him again tonight.
He sure has. He's going to battle you. There's no question about that. When you come to the ballpark and you see him, you're not going to say, wow, that guy throws hard. Oh boy, does he have a snapdragon curveball. All he does is he battles you. He's got a good feel for what he's trying to do. And he's not afraid.
And normally doesn't get himself in trouble with walks, although tonight he had 2 in 1 inning, bailed out by a double play and a good throw by A.J. cutting down Kinsler trying to steal.
So here's Cruz.
Nelson's got big power to right center. With that in mind, Diaz over there.
That ball hit hard, but we got a man there.
Right there. You know, I had a lot of emails and text about pitching and weather this warm. And for Dylan Axelrod, I'm not sure exactly what he does, but pitching in Baltimore, having to get used to it, you just never go in the locker room. And Dylan thrown 107 pitches. He's going to leave at the very worst with a tie game, a no decision. Robin comes out. He's seen enough as Axelrod battled his butt off in this one.
And A.J. worked him well again. A.J. called one of the best games in New York that we've seen him all year. He does the same thing tonight. They were changing speeds, started changing speeds on the breaking ball. And a nice round of applause for a battling little pitcher, Dylan Axelrod. So he departs, and we'll be back.
Claimed off waivers from the Arizona Diamondbacks in the middle of last year. Those are the numbers at Charlotte, 2-1 with a spectacular 1.48 ERA. In 2 games with the big club, 3 in the 3rd innings, 4 strikeouts, and no runs. So he inherits the bases empty. 2 outs here in the 6th inning, and David Murphy, his opponent in the box.
Murphy 0 for 2, a grounder to second. And then a fielder's choice. Ground out. So he hits the first pitch into left field. Murphy 6 for 7 in stolen bases. So here's Mike Napoli. He's grounded to Youkilis and walked. If you're just joining us, very happy 4th of July. Make it a safe one, a loving and reflective one. Rangers scored 3 in the top of the 1st. We came back with 4 in the 2nd. They tied it with the home run by Hamilton in the 3rd. That 94-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. Decent lead by Murphy. So the wild pitch.
That time Septimo went to the slide step to combat the speed of Murphy. Murphy is a good base stealer, but he hadn't shown that he was going to go. That ball just bounds away. And it is indeed a wild pitch. And hopefully not a costly one.
That breaking ball in the dirt, so the count 2-1. Three and one with Leonis Martin on deck.
Put him on base and then put the ball in the court of Ron Washington to see if he takes Martin down. But with Nate Jones loosening in the pen, we'll see what he's going to do. And he's going to pinch hit Gentry, I believe. And then he's going to put the ball right back in Robbins' court.
Craig Gentry, who was 1 for 3 last night, hitting for Martin, who was 0 for 2 this evening. And now here comes Robin. So Septimo goes no part of an inning, faces 2 guys. He departs. Nate Jones comes on, and we'll be back. Catch all the excitement from this new weekly game show that pits Sox and Cubs fans against each other in the ultimate test of knowledge. And the Batter's Box presented by Midas. Tonight at the postgame live on Comcast Sportsnet.
On the call to the pen is Nate Jones. Third pitcher of the inning. And there you look at the numbers. He's 3-0. ERA just under 3. 37 strikeouts, 36 2/3. He inherits Rangers at first and second. Pretty good speed out at second base in Murphy. And he'll be looking in at the speedster, Craig Gentry.
That's ball 1. Two on, 2 out. And a 4-4 tie here, top of the 6th inning. And that's off the facade of the mezzanine down into the lower bowl to even the count at 1. Up high 2-1 with Kinsler on deck. Kinsler, a superior fastball hitter. There's a chopper to Hopper, over to Beckham, and that'll retire the side. So Nate comes on, does his thing. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Still a 4-4 tie. Sox fans, every White Sox Friday home game is United Flyaway Friday. Each Friday home game, one lucky fan will have the chance to win 2 free round-trip tickets to anywhere in the continental United States that United Airlines flies. So United, proud to fly our Chicago White Sox. We're proud to be with them. Mark Seipold, Sparky, Mike Corrigan, Bobby Garcia. Do a great job, as do the folks at Atlantic Aviation. Big shout out to them as well. As first pitch strike to Paulie.
Greg Gentry stays in the game in center field.
And Paulie 0 for 1. A grounder to third and a walk. Top of the 7th in Atlanta, 4-1 Cubs.
And the Rangers bullpen up and going. Could be that heat and humidity might be getting to Feldman a touch, even though it's just the bottom of the 6th.
Had him out in front. Took something off. 2-2.
Tanner Shepherds throwing in the bullpen.
Hit him on the fist and pops him up. Kinsler. So 1 out. That'll bring up Alex Rios. Doubled. He started off that 4-run second inning with that 1-out double to right field. Down into the corner. That curveball grabs the strike. Sinker misses. 1 out, 1-1 to count with AJ on deck.
Over the last 6 weeks or so, Alex Rios has been just about as good as there is in the game. Been stealing bases, playing outstanding defense. Not to mention hitting the ball out of the park and hitting it with great frequency.
Good pitch by Feldman. Made him up inside. Well, he's playing the way that he played against us when he was in that Blue Jay uniform.
I think the move back to right field has something to do with it.
And
I think Jeff Manto has something to do with it.
Jeff Manto had a ton to do with it. Had a ton to do with it. Yeah, when you're working on mechanics, you're at the mercy of mistakes by the pitcher. When you're working on approach, those mistakes by the pitcher are probably going to hit very hard.
Well, he's been hitting mistakes and good pitches pretty hard, as Feldman has tried to throw the ball all over the zone, trying to find one of the soft spots.
There's a shot. That's down into the corner. His first double was down into the corner, a shot. The second double here, which is his 17th, is down into the left field corner.
Well, using the whole field has been the key since Alex has really started to turn it on. And in probing for the soft spots, our BMO Harris pitch tracks will show you that low and out over the plate is not one of them. He rifles it by Beltre, and no chance at all for Hamilton. So the go-ahead run in scoring position.
And here's AJ. AJ was hit by a pitch and came around to score. He also struck out leading off the 4th inning. Trying to take that ball into left center field. Viciedo on deck. Get a bristle up, AJ. Come on.
Feldman came in with a game plan against AJ tonight, and it's mostly inside. Now, when he did strike him out in the 4th inning, he finally went away, but that was after setting him up right in under his hand. He went so far inside back in the 2nd inning that he hit him, the first man he's hit all year.
Once again, AJ with an 0-2 count. Got him in there again. So 2 down.
See where Napoli sets up. He wants it in there. And he ties him up, throws it right by him.
Right underneath his hands. So here's Tank. He had an RBI single and scored a run in the 2nd. He fouled out to Michael Young in the 4th. Could not check it up on a breaking ball. Another nice crowd on hand.
Last night over 30,000. Tonight looks like well over 30,000.
And that is fouled back. Last night they were close to 40,000 seats. I mean, fannies and seats. 40,000 paid. They had over 8,000 coupons that they had out.
That's good. They get a chance to make a whole lot of noise with 19 runs.
Oh, they had a ball.
Now Napoli goes out. He's talking with Feldman, and I would assume he's discussing the fact that you don't have to get Tank out in the strike zone. You got a guy, a youngster up there who likes to swing the bat. And Tank is going to show some patience. Down 0-2 in the count.
Going in, and that is fouled off. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Texas. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for our Sox.
Let's see if he's just setting up that sweeping breaking ball away.
Actually, not a bad pitch for Tank. To put in play hard.
No, I don't think that Feldman wanted to get it there. See, Napoli wants it away. Feldman gets it away, but not as far away as he would probably have liked it.
Now they're going to go back inside. He's thinking to himself, well, if he can foul that pitch off. He's trying to dive a little bit.
100 right on the nose for Scott Feldman. With the go-ahead run, standing out at second base.
There's a slow chopper. Anderson's got to hurry. Cannot go. Mercer. Close play.
I don't think he got him at first.
I don't either. Close play at first. Looked like he had it beat, but that'll retire the side, and we will go to the 7th. Andrus and Hamilton. Nate Jones, first pitch strike. Kinsler 1 for 2. A line drive to left that was caught. A single, a soft single to right, and a walk. No walks. 2-1 the count. And a big out.
Let's take a look at that last play, and we'll slow it down for you. Now you can see it just barely here. When his foot was actually on the bag before the ball got there. There is one more angle. It actually shows it a little better. Right there, foot on the bag, and the ball not in the glove quite yet. It's a bang-bang play. You've got to slow it down. Tough call for Vic Carapazza. Just didn't go our way.
So here's Andrus. Back, knocks it down, picks it up, and takes his time to throw him out. 2 down, and here comes Coop.
Most likely wanting to remind him that the man second in the league in home runs is the man he's going to face. There's Matt Thornton.
There's Thornton.
You would think with Don Cooper coming out that Matt would not be coming into this one.
Hamilton 1 for 7 lifetime off Thornton. Beltre on deck. Hamilton, that single to start off that 3-run first. Then he homered in the third to make it a 4-4 tie. I
think there's a very good chance he told him the first base is a nice spot to put Hamilton with the right-hander Beltre in the on-deck circle.
Well, if you're going to go around him like that, just go ahead and go around him. Put him on. So the 2-out walk. And here's Beltre. He's 1 for 3. That base hit he had in the first turned out to be a key hit because it extended the inning and gave Michael Young a chance to drive in 2 with that double of his. But we're going to show you that base hit by Beltre, and watch this.
Gordon Beckham playing him up the middle. He just reached out through a vacated right side.
And 3 hoppers in the hole. Checks it up. And the count 2-0.
Not a good position to be in against guys that swing the bat about as hard as anybody in the game. Adrian Beltre.
There's a good strike. Hamilton 6 for 9 in stolen bases. And he fires that one off the facade of the mezzanine. So 2-2. Outfield there straight up, spread out. Diaz is deep in center. Euclid's backing off the line at third. And the 2-2. Beltre, one of the more entertaining players to watch, offensively and defensively. He certainly has some style.
He appreciates the fact that twice he almost died of a burst appendicitis. Then he got an infection after the surgery. He was with the Dodgers at the time. They brought him back to this country, helped him clean it up. Couldn't eat any solid food for a while. He turned into one of the best players in the league.
And there's a base hit. So Hamilton will make the turn.
He stays away the entire at bat. You can see it on the Nissan pitch tracks. And finally, after seeing every pitch out there, Beltre just went out and got it. And he hit it hard enough to get it by Ramirez rather easily.
Now you got one of the best clutch hitters in the American League, and Michael Young at the plate. He is 2 for 3 tonight with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Thirty-five-year-old veteran. And there's a chopper. Can he get him? Yes! What a play by Beckham. The strong arm of Gordon Beckham. Nails him at first, and that'll retire the side. Mercy. 7th inning stretch tied at 4.
ERA 9.31, 15 hits in 9 2/3 innings. Right-handers and left-handers alike have hit him awfully hard, and he'll look at Ramirez, Beckham, and Diaza in a game tied at 4.
Alexei takes ball 1. He is 1 for 2, an RBI single and a run scored back in the second. If you're just tuning in, Texas with 3 in the first. We came right back with 4 in the second. And the homer by Hamilton tied it in the third. Goose egg since then. They have 9 hits. We have 6. That's out of play, and the count 2-1. Once again, reminder, make your plans to be with us tomorrow afternoon. That's a 1:10 start. Jose Quintana against Matt Harrison. And if you can't make it to the ballpark, that game will be over WGN. There's a chopper. He's got a gun. Can't get him, though.
He fell down after the play and looks like he might be shaken up a bit. He tried to plant that back foot. Couldn't get near enough on it to get Ramirez. Shakes his head to Beltre that he is okay, but he's feeling the effects of that last play. Take another look at it. When he goes to plant the back foot, you can see he kind of turns it.
So here's Beckham. Beltre in close at third.
Pretty tough to throw anybody with speed out from there, even with a big arm.
Corners will be charging. Now it falls almost. Goes to Kinsler. So the sacrifice 1-4.
We really catch a break there because Sheppers has got him dead to rights at second base. But he was falling backwards after he made the catch. You know that Napoli is calling second all the way. And right there, the slip, the fall. And we get the go-ahead run out at second. And here comes Ron Washington.
He wants the left-hander. The Sheppers will work 1/3 of an inning. He'll depart, and we'll be back.
He's done has gone 6-0 with an ERA of 1.03 in 32 outings. 19 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings over his last 13 appearances.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good indeed.
He's just 23 years old, just turned 23 in June. He's out of Nicholasville, Kentucky. Another big guy, 5'11", 185. He was a non-roster invitee to spring training. So here's Diaza. Alexei at second, one down. Bottom of the seventh in this 4-4 tie. First pitch strike.
He became the first pitcher since 1918 to earn 4 relief wins in his first 6 career appearances. So everything he's done this year has been right.
And another one, and the count 0-2. Youkilis on deck. Two down.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed action replay, and it's Gordon Beckham crossing on the third base side of second to take away the go-ahead run. Big arm, big throw, big situation, and Gordon Beckham right there to make the play.
So here's Uke. Uke is 1 for 3. That's slowing away. Adam Dunn on deck. And they're going to go get Adam.
If you're Adam here, you're looking first ball fastball.
Yeah, you got a little something edge going for you right here.
They put the guy on ahead of you, thinking, okay,
sure,
we're gonna get you easy.
Yep, that'll light a guy's fire right there. Get a guy who's 25 homers, 60 RBIs, but he's 0 for 3 tonight. He's popped up to left, going out to center, and grounded to short. So 2 on, 2 out. Well, Robbie Ross is not afraid to throw inside to the left-handers.
Well, he knows he's got to do that with Adam, or you can see the ball rocketing toward left center field.
Another one, and that catches the inside outside corner for a strike. He's going to give him that one. We got a problem. 2-1. Konerko on deck. No action down in the pen.
Ron Washington is gambling that this inning doesn't go beyond Adam Dunn.
Oh, looking for it, got it, and just underneath it.
He got it right where he wanted to. It was just above the knee. It had the inner portion of the entire plate. Our Nissan pitch track shows you a very hittable fastball. Just fouled it back. That was his pitch.
That was it. Now you got to grind. And a full count. Alexei at second, Uke at first, 2 down. Ball 4 base hit, Adam. Short stroking, buddy. Couldn't pull the trigger. And we'll go to the 8th. Tied at 4.
Game, top of the 8th inning. The game is in Matt's hands. He's 2-5, ERA 3.24, on for the 39th time. He's got to face the bottom part of the order.
Nelson Cruz will be first. He's 1 for 3, an RBI single. First pitch strike. And the count 0-2. Just joining us, Rangers with 3 in the first. We had 4 in the second. They tied it with 1 in the third. Piazza deep in center. Gap, big gap out there in left center. There's a big hack, and he slices it foul into the seats. Cruz very, very strong. He had a home run out in Anaheim that they measured at 480 feet. And there's a chopper in the hole. Uke, nice play. Uke's throwing some leather.
Well, he's been terrific at third base. This time with his momentum going to his left. Has to flip the ball and get it there about a step ahead of Cruz. Been a great defensive night for Uke.
So here is Murphy. He's 1 for 3. Single in the 6th. Breaking ball lays off of it, and the count 1-0. High pop up, Beckham. Two down. And if you're looking for a flexible ticket plan, the White Sox pick 7 and pick 14, they let you build a ticket plan around the games you want to attend, and plans start at just $61. 312-674-1000 and visit whitesox.com. So here's Napoli. He is grounded to third, walked twice, once intentional. Two 2-0. He is dangerous. Again, Diaz very deep in center. And the count 3-1. With Craig Gentry on deck.
Mike Adams throwing in the pen.
Watch out. That's into short center field, and Diaz stays with it to make a beautiful catch. Good play, as deep as he was. Didn't think he had a prayer of getting there, but he did, and that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, still tied at 4. A loving one and a reflective one.
Been a great defensive night for our Sox, and Diaz came a long way to get that one. Napoli bidding for a base hit.
I didn't think he was going to get there. He was playing almost on the track out there in center. So here we go. Robbie Ross still on the bump. Konerko, Rios, and AJ here in the bottom of the 8th in this 4-4 tie. First pitch strike.
Washington had and has Adams up, but he elected to go with Ross.
And the count 0-2. Boy, it looks like he's got that release point down.
Well, 2 pretty good pitches right on the outside corner, and to Adam Dunn, he was throwing right on the inside corner. So his strong side obviously is the throwing hand side.
Just got a piece of that one, and he got a piece of Paulie.
Tried to run in on his hands, and Paulie fouled it off himself.
And a reminder, follow our White Sox with the MLB.com @Bat12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text @Bat to 31826 or visit WhiteSox.com for details. The 0-2. Comebacker. And that is out number 1. So here comes Alex. Alex is 2 for 3, 2 doubles. He started off that 4-run second with a 1-out double into the right field corner. And he doubled into the left field corner in the 6th. First pitch strike. Nice play by Andrus. With that gun he's got, he gets him.
There's a few shortstops in this league that one wouldn't have gotten to it, and two, having gotten to it, wouldn't have had the arm to get it over there in time. But unfortunately, Andrus is not one of those shortstops. That was a fine play.
So here's AJ. He's 0 for 2, but he was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd and came around to score.
Well, Ross just keeps pumping strike one with fastballs at 92, 93.
And that scoring play by AJ turned out to be a big one so far. And here it was. Base hit by Alexi. And right here, 1-2 the count. Toronto has defeated Kansas City 4-1 up in Canada. AJ a little bit tardy right there.
94 upstairs is going to get a few left-handers. Now 94 down, he can catch up with it down there.
A lot of pitchers don't understand that because they don't hit.
And it's tough to get on top of that high fastball, especially now where umpires call the low strike more than they call the high strike. Made a whole league of low ball hitters.
AJ cutting and slashing.
Addison Reed throwing in the pen.
And he got him. So a 1-2-3 inning for Robbie Ross, and we'll go to the ninth. We're in the ninth inning in this 4-4 tie. All the scoring came in the first 3 innings. They scored 3 in the first. We scored 4 in the second. They scored 1 in the third, if you're just joining us. So here's Craig Gentry, Matt Thornton's first pitch. Whistles that one right on by him. Gentry has been to the plate one time, hit into a 6-4 fielder's choice.
Want to keep this a tie game, keep him off base. That'll slow him down somewhat.
0-2 the count.
That throws a breaking ball, fouls it right off the top of his foot. Ron Washington said that one of the reasons Gentry's having a big year is he's played him almost entirely against left-handers. He came into this hitting .354.
Well,
now Snyder going out to the pen.
Right-handed hitters who can hit left-handed pitching,
They can stay around for a while.
you better believe it.
They can stay in this league for a long time, especially when you can play center field like he can play it.
The 0-2. Well, when you foul one off the top of your foot like that, the last thing you want to see is another slider or cutter coming in at you.
That's what we try to do, just so that, see if you're okay. Give you an opportunity to foul it off your foot again. Make sure everything's right.
Well, the hitter has an option. He can either wear knee guards, protects his knees, or he can lift up his hind leg to protect it that way. Nothing to do to my. He gone. 1 out.
Well, you can get outguessed and look at a fastball.
Right.
And that's a good thing with the speed of Gentry. Nissan pitch tracks right there. Perfect pitch. And a big first out.
And here's a tough man. He's 3 for 5 lifetime off Thornton. Kinsler 1 for 3 tonight. One of the better fastball hitters in the American League. And there's a breaking ball. Chopper 2 hopper. 2 down.
Great way to take advantage of a first ball fastball hitter. Throw him anything but on the first pitch because he's so geared up for the first pitch. Most likely he'll be swinging.
Especially as aggressive as he is. He's one of the most he's in the top 5 aggressive hitters in this league.
Yes, he is.
You get him in the 8th or 9th inning in a tie ball game, he's sitting dead red first pitch.
Trying to hit it out of the park for a game-winning home run. Instead it's the second out. And you got to watch a bunt with Andrews. Because he can do it. And he does it well.
And he's 0 for 4 tonight. Josh Hamilton will be the on-deck hitter.
Bullpen up and going. It's Nathan and Adams. If they score a run, it'll be Nathan. If not, it'll be Adams.
2-1 for the 23-year-old shortstop. A little tardy on that one. But it's like Steve was talking about. That pitch was up a little bit. And you got to fight gravity going up to get a 95-mile-an-hour fastball above the letters or at letter high. You don't have to when it's down. So the 2-2. And the payoff. There's a chopper 2 hopper. So they leave Hamilton in the on-deck circle. We go to the bottom of the 9th in this 4-4 tie. One-on-one with Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau. Plus, a look around the major leagues. We'll join Kip Lewis and Suzanne Collins for GMC Sportsnet Central. Tonight at 10, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Mike Adams comes into the game at 1-2, but his ERA a touch below 3. On for the 34th time. 27 1/3 innings of work. He has given up 29 hits, which is a high total. Just 1 home run, however, while walking 7 and fanning 23. So he's usually the bridge to Joe Nathan, who has 18 saves and has rediscovered a whole lot of what he had at Minnesota before the arm surgery. Nathan's ERA 187.
Adams, soon to be 34, 6'5", 193 pounds, out of Robstown, Texas. He's got Viciedo, Ramirez, and Beckham. Tanks 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored tonight. 4-9-0 for their guys, 4-7-0 for our guys here in game 2 of this 3-game set. Gives you a lot of legs, knees, behind, arms and elbows out there in that motion. $30,271 paid, but there are more fannies and seats than that, as there were last evening.
This has been a very well defended game on both sides of the equation.
Oh, it's been good. It's been a good baseball game. That didn't take long.
We came in with the fewest errors in the American League.
And with some of the best range in the American League.
Texas came in around the middle of the pack, but both teams playing very well.
Well, that's the reason that we're in first place. It's been primarily our defense.
And now with Euclid at third, the defense just goes up about one notch better.
Well, the outfield defense this year has been the best we have had in a long, long time. So here's Alexei. He's 2 for 3. Takes ball 1. Also an RBI and a run scored back in that 4-run second that we had.
Rangers in a no double set in the outfield. They're just about as deep as you can get all the way around. And you got Beltre hugging the line at third.
Breaking ball strike. Nubs it right off the end of the bat. And quickly 2 gone. So here's Beckham, had a big hit back in the second inning. He is 1 for 2. Also had a nice sacrifice bunt. That big 2-out double in the second. And if you missed it,
we didn't know at the time that this would cap off our scoring, but it has. Since that double, just 3 hits. And Gordon now has driven in 36 runs. And that got a big piece of Napoli.
He's a tough guy as well.
Another big catcher. That catches him off the inside part of the left arm.
Like the bicep.
Jeez.
And the 0-2 pitch. Great Gabby Hartnett said that was the first duty of a catcher. Get a guy in a rhythm, keep him in it. I don't care if you take one off the bicep like Napoli just did or take one off the elbow. You get it back to him and keep him in his rhythm.
Well, that's why Napoli ran back behind the plate instead of just taking a walk around for a while.
Adams, 1-2-3 inning, couple of strikeouts, and we're going to extra inning.
Jack Link's beef jerky, feed your wild side.
And Edison Reed comes into the ball game. It's a 4-4 tie. Edison at 1-1, ERA 4.18. In save situations, 11 for 12. He's been very good. This, a non-save situation. The game is in his hands. The game has belonged to the bullpen for quite some time. There's been Axelrod, Septimo, Jones, Thornton, and now Reed.
And they're underway in Detroit. Bottom of the third, Tigers leading Minnesota 2-0. Dunsing against Verlander. So here we go. Hamilton is 2 for 3. 2-out single to start off that 3-run first inning. And then he homered in the third to tie it at 4. Paulie guarding the line at first. Outfield very deep, especially Diaz. That's into left center field. Diaz. One pitch, one out. Big man down.
Well, initially Viciedo called for it. But then Alejandro, knowing he could get there, called him off. And justifiably so.
We have seen excellent communication between Diaz and Rios and Diaz and Viciedo.
C-Tank calling and then just giving way.
So here's Beltre. He's 2 for 4 and was robbed of a base hit on a brilliant play by Youkilis. Also a beautiful pick by Paulie. 21 to count.
I decided 96. He wasn't going to take one for the club there. Maybe at 86, but not at 96.
Checks it up. 2-1 for our guys in the bottom of the 10th. It'll be the top of the order. But this is the 8th extra inning game for us. In the first 7, we have won 2 of them. We have played 4 here at home, and of the 4 we have won 1 of them. That's into right field. Alex. And 2 down. For the Rangers, this is their 5th extra inning game. In the first 4, they have won 3 of them. They have played 2 on the road, and they have won both of them.
Heath and Santiago throwing in the path.
Heath just called up as they put Jesse Crane on the DL. Deontay Heath. And that's into right field. This is going to be a very easy, quick 1-2-3 inning for Addison Reed. We'll go to the bottom of the 10th. Piazza, Euclid, and done. Bottom of the 10th inning. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Rangers. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for our guys.
Well, Alejandro has not had the ball out of the infield, so it's time for him to make something happen at the top. He's been the catalyst all year. This has been a rough night for him. You only need 1 lone run. That's it.
He's 0 for 4. Twice he has gone out to second, once to short, and he also has struck out. Takes first pitch strike. Once again, a very happy 4th to each and all. Please make it a safe one, a loving one, and a reflective one. Gap out there in right center if he can find it. And that got a good piece of him, just, it looks like, below the knee.
He threw that cutter inside. And even if he was wearing a shin guard, which he is a short one, this one got him above it, just on the bony part of the knee.
Ouch. Today is just amazing how many different places that guys can foul pitches off their body.
Well, there are more cutters in the game today. More pitchers are throwing cutters than ever before. And a cutter from a right-hander to a left-hander is going to move in on them. And if you get over the top of it, you're going to foul it off some part of your anatomy.
It's just amazing.
Take a look at this ball as he cuts it inside. And I mean, he gets hit square in the bottom part of the knee. He's walking it off now.
Where's the ethyl chloride when you need it?
Yeah, that didn't work real well.
Better than the alternative, none. So he says he's going to be all right.
You might think about an expansion program on that shin guard if he keeps fouling the ball off just under his knee.
Right side armor.
Maybe AJ will loan him a pair of old shin guards that he can cut off the tops and take it from about bottom of the knee down.
Where they're fouling off those things today, they need some goalie pads.
They get hit a lot, no doubt.
Napoli's talking to him, asking if he's all right. Meanwhile, there comes probably another one right back in there.
Napoli's going to find out if he's okay by throwing one more in there.
Checks it up, did not go. And the count 1-2.
Napoli wanted it in there. He was sitting inside, but Adams left it high and away.
And that's into the mezzanine. So the count hangs at a ball and 2 strikes. Alejandro De Aza. Euclid on deck and Dunn in the hole. Two and two.
Gave him the real big motion that time with the changeup. Left it way outside, however.
That was almost symptomatic with guys who didn't have a whole bunch of confidence in their changeup. They would give you the big motion with it.
Big motion, right? Indeed.
Just got a piece of that, and of course, guys with the great changeups, you couldn't tell the difference. They could tell you it was coming, and you still couldn't hit it.
Yeah, there's been the guys who throw it well can throw it often, and it doesn't really matter where they throw it because you're getting fooled by the arm velocity as opposed to anything else.
A full count. Ball 4 base hit, Alejandro.
Adams only 7 walks and 28 in the third. The 8th would be very welcome.
And that's ball 4. What an at-bat by De Aza after going down 0-2.
Going down literally.
Figuratively.
He was down. He came back.
So Uke checking down with Joe McEwing. McEwing motioning to De Aza. Don't get doubled off. On a line drive. Uke is 1 for 3, a single. Back in the 5th. just a decent lead by Alejandro.
Well, in the no double set, it's really inviting on the left side for Euclid, because you got Beltre on the line. He's guarding against a 2-base hit, and you've got Andrews pretty much up the middle. You see a great deal of room between Beltre and Andrews. Actually, they're pinching the middle, with Kinsler also playing up the middle.
Big rip, and fouls it away. Well, it sure appears that nobody has left this ballpark. A little bigger lead now, by about a quarter of a step. There he goes. He had a pretty good jump right there. It was going to be tough to throw him out. Meanwhile, the count is 0-2.
Well, Adams doesn't use a slide step, so you're able to get a couple of extra steps.
Yeah, he had that. A couple of extra.
And the man who has hit him the best is a man in the on-deck circle, Adam Dunn.
Adams does not have a good move to first. He long arms it over there. It takes time.
So you can probably get another extra step on the lead with that move to first.
Easy. There is a Matabatacola.
Well, that ball might have hit him if you didn't swing the bat. That ball was a good 4 or 5 inches inside off the plate. Take another look. Pitch tracks. If he does, the ball's going to hit him right in the side if he doesn't swing the bat and make contact.
Pretty good lead. He does not go. And that is foul. So you working him out. All over it, just underneath it.
That ball was right down the middle. Adams certainly didn't intend to throw it there, but he got the foul ball out of it.
And once again, the 0-2. There he goes. Did not get a real good jump right there, but he's going to be safe.
He got an extra step on the lead that time. And with the throw up high, Piazza representing the winning run steals his 15th. And it's not all that close at second. Again, high leg kick. And he beats the play by plenty.
He certainly did not steal that one on anybody except Mike Adams.
Yep. Very slow to the plate.
So now 1-2 the count to Youkilis.
And now what Andrews is talking to Kinsler about is who's going to keep De Aza close, and it's him at second.
Uke trying to stay inside it.
Well, that's why Andrews said it's going to be him, because he figures that Uke will try to hit this ball to the right side.
Even with 2 strikes.
He's going to try to shift back to a regular position.
He did not go. Strong hands of Youkilis pulled it back.
Well, there's been 2 real grinding at bats. The first one by De Aza, this one by Youkilis. Let's see if it eventually leads to a win. The outfield now playing much more shallow all the way around.
And there's the base hit. They're going to wave him around. He's going to score, and this ball game is over. Yes. Yes. The Sox in 10 innings come back from a 3-0 deficit early on, and they win it 5-4 on what Steve just said, 2 magnificent grinding at bats.
Boy, this was some 10th inning. First De Aza, the walk, the stolen base, and then Youkilis, who had a great night defensively, caps it off with a base hit that gets by Hamilton, and it's 2 in a row against one of the league's best, the Texas Rangers. Just like we promised you earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite, and our Miller moment is a low fastball ripped into left field. Hamilton can't get to it. McEwing is going to send De Aza, even if he catches the ball going away from the throw. It's easy after that. And a huge win here at the ballpark.
And let's check out our GMC player of the game. You're looking at him, Kevin Youkilis. What a grinding at bat he had. Still trying to get him over. Stayed right with him. And picks up the base hit, our GMC player of the game. So for my partner, Steve Stone, our director, Jim Angiu, our producer, Mike Leary, our associate producer, Dave Ross, our technical manager, Mark Harper, the executive producer, Jim Corno Jr., also the mayor, me and Joe Grube, and up here in the booth, Mike Mayer, Frank D'Amato, Frank Leone, down in the truck, sound, Greg Bullard. This is a Hawk. So long, everybody. You've been watching Chicago White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, now part of the NBC Sports Group. Yes.